Hey, what's up guys? I want to do a review today on the original SOE gear dog collar. Yes, I'm reviewing a dog collar. And here it is. What's there to say? It goes around the dog's neck and it's worn like a collar. Well, first of all, what this is basically is a smaller version of their EDC belts, okay? Just like you guys have seen a lot of paracord stuff. Obviously it's one big loop. Why can't we just make a smaller one and function like a dog collar, right? It's actually a really cool design. I'm going to review this belt at a later date. This is SOE's original EDC belt. And this is slightly different than it has 1-inch nylon strap on a 1.5 inch backing. Okay, but it uses the same clip, which is totally new to me. This is called a Cobra clip. All right, and it's a really interesting design. It's made out of solid aluminum, obviously two different pieces. And these clips are independently working on springs. All right, what this allows you to do is get a constant adjustment for this and then a quick attach and detach. This is used obviously in a military function, so you don't have to screw around with your belt when you're putting your clothing, your uniform on. You already have it, pre-measured out and pre-adjusted so that when you put your belt on, basically you're just clipping it together and that's it. Extremely rugged, very tough stuff. I like the finish on this. Obviously, they can make any colors you want, but I just went with a straight black because I want Gus to be tactical. Yes, he's a tactical dog, so he needs a tactical collar. And there truly is nothing more tactical out there for your dog than this. A couple things to be noted about this. I mean, it's set up like a normal dog collar. The only big thing, obviously, is this buckle. Now, these sell for $55, all right? If you compare this to other collars out there, dog collars, I mean, you can get some really nice quality dog collars about, I don't know, 25, 30 bucks. Why would you get something like this? Well, I actually looked into these buckles themselves, and these things can sell upwards of $35 a piece for this buckle. I know, it seems crazy, but it's actually a really cool design. I really like it. It's very smooth, very solid click on this. It's very effortless as well. These are the faces of this brass is all polished up and clicks in very nicely. Extremely secure. Very cool looking. Very different. If you want to look up just these buckles, like I said, it's called a Cobra buckle. I guess that's the style, but really interesting. Heavy duty brass D-ring on this, obviously for your dog tags, things of that nature. But I really like this a lot. Like I said, I got the belt, kind of wanted to get something to match. I happen to see this, I'm a sucker for anything for my dog now. He's like my baby. So Gus gets spoiled, and that means having a tactical collar. And so far, so good. But it's not just about a collar. Actually, before I talk about the rest of the video, let me just make the note that what they did with the dog collars is they went around and they did three rows of stitching all the way around the fabric here for extra stability, because it is two pieces that are sewn together. There's a backing on here. All right, and the backing, by the way, that's going to be up against the dog's neck is a softer material. It's kind of hard to explain. Imagine like a fake silk. Silk meets velvet. Something around there. It's not fuzzy at all. It's flat, but it's not coarse. Like the outside of this is a little bit more coarse. And if this were to, obviously a dog has fur, but I can imagine it getting a little irritated. So they did line this with comfort in mind for the dog, which I really like. Okay, if it was just like the belt, it's a little bit too coarse to be around the neck of your animal. So I did like that, and like I said, they really reinforced this with stitching all the way throughout. So I mean, it's really rugged and very cool. But I had to give this to Gus to wear for a field test today, and I have to say, very nice results. So with no further ado, here's a little short story for you. That handsome devil right there is Gus, my English bulldog. Gus has a couple nicknames, like his Uncle Charlie likes to call him Gustav, and sometimes I call him Goo Goo. But he's a wonderful dog, and today he went over to his friend's house to play. And this is the story of Gus and his new collar. Now let's start off with this pretty girl. Her name's Mackenzie. She's a yellow lab, quite large for her age, a youngin', and blonde. She is a yellow lab, but she's more white than anything. In fact, she's so white that her mom and dad call her Chocolate White. Now, Chocolate is just running in the backyard showing off her toy. Now, in the far background there, you can see Gus showing a little bit of interest in Chalky. Now here's where things get a little bit tricky. This is Oliver. Oliver too has nicknames like Olive and Olivier, and sometimes when he's bad, he's the Chatoon. Today, as you can see, Oliver's just a little bit chilly. He's only a wee little guy, so he's wearing a sweater. Now, Oliver happens to like Mackenzie quite a bit. Even though they're brother and sister, he likes to spend a lot of time with her, and he gets a little bit jealous when Gus comes around. Now, as you can see here, Gus is following Mackenzie all across the yard. She's playing innocent with that little toy, but she knows what she's doing to him, and he just can't take it. So now he's got the guts to show off his new collar. Now, as you can see here, she's showing a little bit of interest. Now she's just downright fascinated, and might I add, a little bit impressed by it. Now that Gus knows he has her attention, he decides to start licking her ear, and she likes that. Oh boy, does she like that. Don't mess with him, Oliver interrupts. That boy's trouble. Of course, all the commotion gets Morgan's attention. Now, if you didn't already know, Morgan and Gus kind of have a thing going. No, don't do it, Mackenzie, Oliver pleads. Gus is trouble. But she doesn't listen. All of a sudden, during the playing and wrestling, things got quiet. Got a little bit romantic. And Gus tries to slip her the tongue. Oh, and it worked. Hey, baby, what's wrong? Oliver can see us. I'm shocked. How could you? No!
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video, just goofing around a little bit, but in all seriousness, Gus really does like this collar quite a bit. I wanted to end with one little note on these. This is all custom gear, handmade to order. All right, they don't have a bunch of these sitting on a shelf somewhere. Original SOE gear not only is probably the best quality gear manufacturer out there, but it's also completely custom made stuff. Certain products they will make in advance because they're pretty standard in size, but something like this is custom made. You obviously give them the dimensions that you want for your dog, just like the belts. You give them a specific dimension, and someone literally, after you place your order, they will sit down in front of a sewing machine and take hours to make your product and make it right. I've always been extremely satisfied with original SOE gear stuff, and I have more things to review in the near future. But Gus certainly loves his collar. Gus is certainly becoming somewhat of a ladies' man around the neighborhood now. That could be contributed to the awesome tactical collar. Who knows? Either way, he's happy, and that makes me happy. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Take care.